Hey there guys, welcome back to What Cheers. I'm Nick as always. Tonight we're going to take a look at the latest and greatest hoppy canned release from Treehouse. I'm super excited about this one. I know I say that every time, but these guys have just been on a tear lately of all these amazing hoppy can releases, and they just seem to be getting bigger and better and more epic each and every time. And what we have here, guys, is a amped up version of Haze. Now, most of the amped up versions of their hoppy beers are based on their single IPAs, and then they do a double IPA version. This one is an amped up version of a double IPA that already is a double IPA. This is just crazy stuff. I am so pumped to see what Nate did with this beer. This is the highest ABV of any hoppy beer that they've canned thus far. Regular Haze comes in at 8.2%. This one's 8.6%. Yeah, it is just supposed to be this evil big brother of Haze, as Nate calls it in the description. And he did say that it is the most liberal application of hops that they've ever used in one of their beers. So it's not like Treehouse has been pulling any punches over the years in their hoppy beers. So that is a huge statement. And especially with the recent releases of Very Green and Juice Machine and King Julius and Doppelganger, the list goes on. I just have no idea how it could get better than what they've already been putting out in recent memory here. So regular Haze, guys, is pretty much like their flagship double IPA that they started doing a couple of years ago. And the beer is pretty much constructed around hops that they have regular access to, so they can put it out pretty consistently, pretty regularly. But this one has only been done once before at the end of 2014, and it was growler only. And when they put this out just a few days ago in cans, it was a complete surprise. It was the lowest case count that they've done for any of their hoppy beers from what I remember. So this was probably pretty damn small batch of this. Hopefully this will be done again. But in the meantime, guys, I have to give a huge thank you to Dave for hooking me up with this to review for you guys. I was not going to be able to get this, but he's a great friend and hooked me up with a can to share with you guys. So without further ado, guys, I think we can go ahead and get right into this. It is Very Hazy, an amped up version of Haze. And I gotta say, guys, regular Haze, the last few batches, has just been so on point, especially after letting it sit for a few days. It really doesn't get much better than that in the double IPA world. So I can only imagine how good this is gonna be. Like I said, guys, 8.6%. Again, we don't know the hops that are used in this, but it is going to be pretty intense. And it's only 4 days old at time of recording right now, so it is really fresh. I'm hoping it's not too fresh, but it's been out of the fridge for about an hour now. It's somewhere between fridge temp and cellar temp at this point, time of recording here. So yeah, haze me, bro. Let's get this thing open and into a glass, and let's get hazy. As I'm pouring this, I just remembered I had a conversation actually with Nate once about this beer, and from the first time he did it, and he said he really didn't like to go much higher than the 8.5 to 9% because it gets extremely hard to hide the booze up to that level, and Treehouse is just known so well for just having these hop juice fruit bombs with basically no alcohol detection. So this one is 8.6. The first batch was 9, so he scaled it back a little bit with the ABV, just because I think he really wants to strive to have the beer have no alcohol presence to it, no booze to it, which is really cool, and it's what Treehouse is known for, as you guys are well aware. So but yeah, this is still the strongest Treehouse hoppy beer that they've canned ever. So let's get a look at the appearance on this. I mean, look at this. It is ridiculous. Nice solid one finger of a slightly off-white head, tightly packed bubbles. It's pretty small bubbles. Just kind of this creamy head to it. Yeah, it looks gorgeous. Let's look at the color on this, guys. I mean, it just looks like, you know, blended up fruit juice, blended up tropical fruits. I mean, it's thick, it's super deep, dark, hazy, golden orange color. Just looks thick and pulpy. Black, I mean, just against the light, I can't see anything through it. It is just as turbid as it gets. Away from the light, it looks like, you know, pineapple juice, orange juice, just all the pulp, all the goodies in there. Just looks super, super thick and hazy and gorgeous as usual from Treehouse. Guys, let's go ahead and dive into the aroma on this. I cannot wait. Pretty good temperature right now. Nice chill to it. Let's dive in, guys. Oh my God. I want to bathe in this. I want to live in this glass right now. Just like on a little raft. Just float around. Seriously, this should be like a shampoo and a body wash and a toothpaste. Unbelievable. Wow. It is so fucking hop saturated. It is so intensely juicy and just pungent and just punch you in the face with fruits. A lot of citrus fruits, a lot of really almost acidic citrus fruits, but then very, very bright tropical fruits, a mango, pineapple, passion fruit kind of thing. Oh, I mean, just freshly squeezed orange juice. There's a slight kind of herbaceous, kind of pungent dankness to this one as well. A little grassy and earthy kind of dankness. It's sweet. It's very, very intense. I mean, it's more intense than Haze. It's definitely not as just that sweet tart kind of sugar-coated citrus fruit kind of thing. It's more like dank and intense and just, it really makes your nostrils almost like burn. It's so hop intense. But yeah, super, super juicy tropical fruits, dank, pungent tropical fruits. Citrus peel, kind of that citrus rind. Again, orange, pineapple, grapefruit. There's some melon in there, some like honeydew melon, some peach, some big peach notes. And I have to say, I do not get the booze. I do not get the 8.6% in the aroma right now. It is a little chilled still. Maybe when it warms, I'll get it, but I don't get any alcohol. Guys, let's go ahead and dive in. This smells absolutely freaking amazing. It smells more intense than Haze for sure. It's outrageous. All right, cheers. Thanks, Dave. Cheers to you guys. Let's do this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Just when you think they cannot possibly outdo themselves. That is just nectar of the gods. Wow. I'm speechless right now. This is fucking amazing. It has so much melon and tropical fruit, peach, pineapple, mango, passion fruit, huge bright citrus notes too. Like there's a bright kind of acidic citrus, grapefruit, orange, grapefruit rind, kind of that pithy orange taste to it. A little like a lemon lime kind of zest to it as well, sugar-coated lemon lime. It is so rich, so full-bodied. It's like velvet in your mouth. Just very luscious mouthfeel to it. I get a slight, and I mean very, very slight, kind of warming down the back of the throat. You know, you're almost up there towards 9%, so it's to be expected to have a little bit. But as far as the flavor goes, I don't detect the alcohol. I really, really don't. It's just straight up citrus, tropical juice, pungent fruit bomb. The most surprising thing to me about this is that there's a balance here, which is totally crazy. the fact that there's even any sort of semblance of, you know, balance to this is just crazy. It's not overly bitter. In fact, there's basically a low bitterness to this. F that. It finishes dry. It finishes clean for the most part. You get a nice residual kind of hoppy, you know, hop taste on your tongue, but you don't get that bitterness. And the carbonation is just kind of soft and just kind of works on the palate really nicely. It's not overly sweet. I think the sweetness is something that will come out in days to come. As with these beers, they're usually so like raw and fresh when they first get canned that I find after like 7 to 10 days, the sweetness from the malts do start to come out a little bit more, and you get different flavors. Right now, not overly sweet. Again, dry, very dry, low bitterness, extremely hoppy on the palate, but there's so much flavor going on that it doesn't come across as like too astringent or anything like that. It's just so full flavored from the tropical fruits, citrus fruits, as I talked about, mouth coating with those kind of flavors. And it's super, super dangerous to drink at 8.6%, guys. It goes down just like hop juice candy, as with pretty much all of these incredible Treehouse IPAs and double IPAs. But is it what I expected so far? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is kind of blowing my mind. It's certainly not too like reminiscent of Haze for me, at least the last batch of Haze. Although I think Haze does have a sweet spot about a week and a half after canning, where I wanted to get this reviewed right away. I think for, you know, if you guys out there that have several cans, definitely let this one or try it over the next week or two and see how it progresses, because I definitely think it will change. I think it's not it's not like too raw, it's not too green, so to speak, right now, where it's like unbalanced. It's just extremely fresh and young right now. It is drinking amazingly though. I mean, if you like them super intense and fresh like this, basically you're getting like almost no malt kind of character to this. It's just all hops. It's just all hops in your face. I do like that kind of pungent, kind of somewhat like stinky, dank quality to this one, this dank tropical fruit thing going on. I really dig that in the aroma. I get so much peach and melon on the flavor though. It's mainly like an orange creamsicle, like an orange sorbet. I guess that's a good way to describe it, like an orange creamsicle, orange sorbet type of thing, with that melon, like watermelon, honeydew melon big in this, and then that peach, maybe a little like apricot. Yeah, guys, this is phenomenal. I mean, what else can I say? It's another absolutely epic world-class beer from Treehouse, and I think we're all getting so spoiled with these beers now from them. The expectations are so high, and they just seem to keep raising the bar of what they're even known for and capable of. So this is just a real treat. All right, guys, as usual, I'm gonna go sit with this for another few minutes. It's got a pretty good chill to it still. I want to see how this warms up more towards room temperature and how it changes. And I'll come back to you with my final thoughts and score on the Very Hazy. So be right back. All right, guys, so I'm back and I finished what I had in the glass, and we're gonna go ahead and pour some more. And excuse me, we're gonna give it a shot after letting it sit out for another 10 minutes or so. And as I was finishing that last pour, I did notice that it started to really taste a lot more like the regular Haze to me in a good way. It reminded me of that beer a lot. So this is definitely one you want to let warm up. And the booze does not come out really at all. You know, again, it's just so well hidden. Yeah, I get a really pungent, dank tropical fruit vibe to this beer. And it's a lot more dank to me than I remember regular Haze being. Again, I found that Haze peaked somewhere probably between 7-10 days, maybe a little bit longer. But I don't quite remember it having this sort of dankness, this pungent dankness to it, this tropical dank thing. But beyond that, I mean, it is just, you know, It is saturated, hop saturated, with very nice tropical fruits, like very heavy with the kind of honeydew melon, that cantaloupe vibe, peaches, apricots, and then in the citrus area, it's like just really bright, fresh orange peel, and grapefruit. And then that dankness is just sort of like, it's just sort of a nice accent to the whole thing. I really do like it. It's just sort of meshes well with the super, intense tropical fruit notes. I really do love melon forward hoppy beers, and this one has that in spades for sure. So yeah, this smells great, guys. It's 8.6, totally hidden. It smells like a tropical fruit dank bomb. But let's go ahead and get another sip. Cheers. Yeah, fresh pour, really nice soft spritzy carbonation, creamy mouthfeel all the way through. Really like zesty, bright, sugar-coated kind of citrus notes. Again with that melon, cantaloupe thing, peach, pineapple, orange, grapefruit. Those are the main components of this beer. It's very bright, it's very zesty. It's got a nice sweetness to it, but it's not overly sweet at all. In fact, this is one of the less sweet double IPAs that have come out recently from Treehouse. I think that might be because it's very young still in the can, and I think as another week or two goes by, the malts will help bring out some of that sweetness. So if you guys do like that more sweet tone to it, I think that'll come out as the hops die down a little bit. Right now it is just aggressive, but it's very, very well balanced for what it is. I mean, for a beast of a double IPA, it's got balance, it's got everything that you really would be looking for, and it's totally Treehouse. I mean, it's up there with the rest of the best double IPAs they've done thus far. But each one is so different. If you like more of a melon kind of tropical thing, a little dank tone to it, if you like Haze, I mean, this is pretty much, just a more intense, a more aggressive version of that, then you're going to love this beer. But it's not Juice Machine, it's not just straight sweet fruit juice. It's not very green. It's not King Julius. It's its own thing for sure. It doesn't remind me of any of the others right now except for Haze. So they really nailed what they were going for. Is it necessary to have this beer? I don't know. I mean, it would be hard to tell without having Haze side by side. Again, they did a version of a double IPA that already was a double IPA, which is the first time they've done that, and it almost could seem redundant, I guess, to do that because it's not that much different, but it is it's got this like it's just bumped up a little bit more, I think. And depending on what batch you have of Haze, or maybe when you opened it, you may even prefer Haze. As I was talking off camera to my girlfriend, I was saying I think maybe even the last batch of Haze, after like 10 or 14 days or so, I was just completely stunned by that beer, and I may have even preferred that over this right now if I had it at the same time side by side. But what I would say, guys, if you have more than one can of this, definitely open one. Maybe if you have more than one, open one a week, 2 weeks in, or 1 week and a half in, just to see how it changes, because it will change, and it will change drastically. So if you like the really raw, vibrant, kind of intense, fresh kind of taste and aroma, this is the way to go for you. I just wanted to get this open and get a review up for you guys. But if you have the luxury of having more cans, definitely try them out over time, because this is really a treat. Obviously, it's a very limited release from Treehouse. So yeah, guys, as far as a score on this one, man, that aroma has a lot going on, though. I have to say, it has the most distinct variety for me. It has dank, it has tropical, it has citrus. It really does have it all, which is sort of what Haze has to offer, and it's very intense. Let's get one more sip. Yeah, again, as it warms, guys, it gets better and better. Let this thing warm up to like a slight chill, and you'll be so happy. It's got those very like, just kind of tingly, bright, zesty, somewhat sweet and acidic citrus and tropical fruit notes going out right now on my tongue, which I really, really like. It's like that lemon lime type of thing. But anyways, as far as the score, yeah, I mean, it's again, it's up there with the best. I don't think it's 100 for me. I think it's a little bit lower. I'm gonna go 99 on this one, guys. And you know, I think the main thing for me that's holding it back from being 100 is I wish it was a little bit sweeter, a little less dry, maybe just a little juicier all around. And again, I think that's probably because of how fresh it is. But I do think it will get better in the can as days go on. So yeah, guys, it's a 99. It's still absolutely world class. I feel very fortunate to be drinking this and sharing it with you guys. But is it that much different than Haze? I don't know. I don't think it's that crazy of a difference, but again, I'd have to have it side by side to tell you. But as far as right now, this is absolutely delicious, and it drinks so good for 8.6%. It's pretty scary. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that, guys. I've been rambling. This is a long review as usual. So let me know what you think of the Very Hazy if you get a chance to try it, and let me know what you think in comparison to Haze if you have that as well and you're doing a comparison yourself at home. I would love to know your thoughts. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. As always, really appreciate you guys checking this out, and I hope that you get to try this. And if not, I mean, Haze comes around pretty often, and that beer is almost as good as this, if not as good as this. So thanks again. Cheers to Dave. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next beer review. Thanks.